Archangel Michael says, "You were never meant to know about this." For years, a hidden bank account under your name sat untouched, shielded by a veil of secrecy from those who feared the truth. Now, the veil has been pierced, and banking authorities are stunned by what they found inside. No one imagined this would resurface, not this year, not this way. The transaction trail is ancient, yet the account remains active, strangely protected by codes connected to a legacy that you never signed up for. Someone has been watching, waiting for the right moment to use it without you ever knowing. But the divine timing has shattered all human intentions. The lock on the account was spiritual, not just financial, and only now has it been permitted to be opened. What was once hidden behind international banking networks is now exposed, and your name is attached to something enormous. Inside that account isn't just money, it's evidence. Evidence of who tried to erase your name from family inheritance, and documents that name you as the rightful heir to something greater than wealth. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Archangel Michael says, "The people who tried to bury this truth are now trembling. Not because of fear of exposure, but because they know this was never just about currency. What is inside that vault holds connections to land, property, and spiritual legacy that links you to bloodlines they were hoping you'd never discover." The bank account was opened in the early years when your name was registered silently by someone who loved you but had to hide it. They used a secret identification number only traceable through divine revelation. The records are encrypted in such a way that even seasoned authorities couldn't explain how it surfaced now. Late at night, someone is planning to knock at your door. Not just with questions, but with a sealed envelope that carries a scanned copy of the account details, and the name of a woman who tried to sign you off completely. They want your signature, but for what purpose, no one will yet say. Type Amen to get blessing 947. There is urgency in heaven. The angels have released the permission to uncover this because your enemies were getting too close to using your name in a court filing. What they didn't know is that divine protection activated the file's red flag system, alerting officials, and shifting their plan into the hands of light. You must be aware now, this account contains not only financial value but also a video file. The video file was stored there using encrypted digital vault protection, and it shows a conversation between two people. They are discussing how to transfer everything to a foreign address in your name. You will see this video soon, and your heart will sink when you recognize the second voice. It is someone you never expected, someone who used to bless you publicly, but secretly they work to erase you. This evidence alone will be enough to protect your identity for decades to come. Type Amen to get blessing 1184. What's about to unfold is spiritual warfare disguised as financial confusion. But those who walk in light will not be shaken. You are being called to step into something larger than a transaction. It's a divine unveiling of your true place in a generational promise. A woman with red-inked fingernails tried to disguise the last transaction, but her handwriting betrayed her. Forensic handwriting experts traced the signature back to a forged attempt last November. It failed because your spiritual gate was too strong, guarded by unseen forces. She was hoping that one more month would pass and the bank would release the funds by default. But something divine interrupted. A glitch in the system caused the file to transfer to an angel-assigned investigator who had a dream that same night about your name. Type Amen to get blessing 565. Archangel Michael says, you must prepare emotionally. The documents about to surface include property titles, old letters, and sealed bonds meant for someone with your exact initials. They were supposed to go to a foreign cousin, but now heaven has stepped in. There's a reason you've been feeling unsettled lately. It's not anxiety, it's awakening. Your body and soul are sensing that an ancient key is being turned in a door no human could ever unlock. This door holds spiritual DNA records. What the banking authorities found isn't just about numbers, but about identity. They discovered notes that imply you were protected by a pact signed generations ago by someone whose name is only known in angelic archives. Type Amen to get blessing 2901. A government official will now be required to contact you within 11 days. But be aware, someone close to you is trying to intercept the letter. They may pretend to care, offer to help translate or organize the paperwork for you, but they are not trustworthy. Their real plan is to delay your access. To manipulate your emotional reactions so that they can legally contest the inheritance. But they are unaware that the original documents are spiritually encrypted and will reject any attempt of manipulation not aligned with your soul. The envelope they try to deliver to you is not the real one. The real file will come from a courier dressed in navy blue, just before sunrise, holding a parcel with your birth year stamped on it. Do not sign anything else before that arrives. Type Amen to get blessing 882. Your silence is power right now. Don't speak to just anyone about this, no matter how close they seem. God has not revealed this to you for gossip or confusion, but for spiritual restoration and justice. You were never supposed to suffer for what others stole. But because you were patient and faithful in your silence, heaven has decided to reward you openly. This bank account is not just restoration, it is the start of a new phase in your divine purpose. The shocking part? The person who hid this for you has already passed away, but they appeared in a banker's dream. In the dream, they wrote your name in golden ink and told the man, "Open this only now, or her future will be taken." Type Amen to get blessing 763. Inside the account are more than just funds. It contains the last remaining shares of a company that used to belong to your grandfather. These shares had been inactive for years, until a divine force reactivated them the moment your enemies mentioned your name in fraud. Now those shares are being transferred to a holding account in your name, with the seal of heaven's authority over it. Anyone who tries to stop it will experience reversal of intention. You are not only protected, you are empowered. The company's new valuation is over 12 times higher than what your enemies expected. That means they plan to steal thousands, but heaven's plan is to give you millions. You are about to walk in the fullness of an inheritance they tried to bury in shadows. Type Amen to get blessing 4444. Someone is preparing to show up in your life pretending to be your ally. They will offer legal assistance or tell you they had a dream from God about you. But Archangel Michael says, test every spirit, because not all who come with light speak the truth. There is a woman wearing a blue scarf who will try to stand between you and the courier. She works with the ones who tried to manipulate your identity. Her job is to delay divine timing, but she will fail. You are being assigned angelic timing and protection. The courier is marked. He will hand the sealed documents to you and speak one phrase, "Heaven knows your name." When you hear that, you will know this entire story was not just a coincidence, but a divine move. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. This is a serious turning point. Once you open the envelope, your financial alignment with divine favor will increase. Blockages you've been feeling for the last 7 years will begin to break in rapid motion. The woman who lied under oath about your signature will soon face public exposure. She believed no one saw her, until the evidence surfaced in the video hidden within the bank account's cloud vault. The moment you press play, your enemies will begin to crumble. This isn't revenge, it's revelation. And with revelation comes responsibility. You are being called not just to receive, but to lead something bigger. Type Amen to get blessing 2288. Archangel Michael says, your identity is royal. That's why you were targeted. That's why your name had to be buried in documents too deep for normal systems to reach. But you were always written in the archives of the kingdom. Someone is going to cry when they see the truth. Not because they're sorry, but because they've been exposed. Their plan to re-register your assets under a shell name collapsed just hours before you found this message. That knock on your door will sound like a storm. But it's not danger, it's deliverance. And when you open it, all heaven will rejoice. Type Amen to get blessing 9999. Your birth certificate was cross-verified with a signature from over 2 decades ago. The ink was faded, but the match was undeniable. The expert who examined it reportedly paused, looked up, and whispered, "She has no idea who she truly is." The truth is, you were chosen long ago to carry something that belongs to royalty, not in title, but in spiritual dominion. That bank account, hidden, preserved, and now released, is a gateway. A gateway to everything that was stolen, delayed, or manipulated to keep you small. From the outside, it looks like a transaction. But in the divine realm, it is judgment. It is recompense for tears cried in secret, betrayals endured in silence, and victories handed to others while you remained in the shadows. Type Amen to get blessing 2227. One of the files inside the account is labeled with your birth month and a strange numerical sequence. That number matches a lost file from a private trust, meant to release in the year you almost gave up. But instead of it being triggered by law, it was activated by heaven's calendar. The people who forged your name used a lawyer whose license was revoked 2 years ago, but they didn't know that. Their entire operation is falling apart piece by piece, and the next blow will be spiritual, not legal. You are now under a covering that no court can reverse. Someone from your past is about to call you unexpectedly. They will speak as though nothing happened. But in their voice, you will feel a tremble, because they know the secrets are out now, and your silence is no longer theirs to benefit from. Type Amen to get blessing 631. There are numbers attached to your name that were never meant for others to see. These numbers are tied to hidden property taxes, old estate deeds, and an untouched insurance file. That file is now being pulled up by someone in the banking headquarters whose name you will never know, but who was guided by an angel. The call they made was recorded. They said, "I don't know who this woman is, but the power around her file is unnatural." And they were right. Because what's hidden in your name has spiritual volume loud enough to shatter lies across timelines. Your fingerprints spiritually activated the alert system when someone tried to remove your name using biometric forgery. But Archangel Michael sent a disturbance into the system, causing it to lock and expose the forgery within minutes. Type Amen to get blessing 3003. A man with brown shoes and a suitcase full of documents is on his way. He doesn't know he's a part of a divine prophecy, just doing his job. But when he reaches your address, your heart will sense something supernatural is about to unfold. You'll be told to sign something, but you will pause, because heaven will whisper, "Wait." That moment of silence will be your victory. Because had you signed the first paper, the second would have been hidden. In the second folder is the real inheritance, land deeds, gold certificate numbers, and a rare code connected to a spiritual registry of protected souls. Your name appears not once, but twice. Once as a recipient. Once as a protector. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Archangel Michael says, you are being delivered from systems of falsehood that surrounded your family's wealth. You were never cursed, you were hidden for protection. And now that the vault has opened, the angels are moving information around you. The woman who spoke curses against you is trying to flee. Her name will appear in an investigation by accident. An investigator will be scanning one document and notice an overlapping shadow revealing her name. That will be enough. She will try to contact you again, using a fake apology as bait. But your spirit will know. And your refusal to respond will unlock the final stage of this inheritance release. Type Amen to get blessing 1112. A spiritual key is being handed to you through this revelation. You may not see it physically, but you will feel its weight in your chest. It is the unlocking of years of suppression, poverty cycles, and stolen authority. A golden envelope will appear in your vision soon, either in dream or reality. Inside that vision will be your next direction. It will come with a name you've never heard, but must trust. It's the name of the angel assigned to walk beside you in this transition. Every false record is being burned. Every lie documented in your name is dissolving. And now, your true name, the name only heaven has spoken, is being whispered across realms. Type Amen to get blessing 999. One more document remains to be opened, and it's the most important. It was encrypted and sealed by a voice that has not been heard in your family for decades. That voice left behind a message. She is the final torchbearer. What's inside is more than money. It's instruction. It includes a letter addressed to you from the person who hid the account, explaining everything they couldn't say while alive. They wrote, if you're reading this, it means the enemy failed. You survived. You endured. And now, everything that was stolen will be returned sevenfold. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Prepare yourself. The next few days will carry divine events disguised as coincidences. But nothing will be accidental. Every knock, every email, every unusual interaction, heaven is in motion. Someone is trying to delay one final piece of this release. They think they still have access to your signature. But your spiritual identity has been upgraded. What worked against you before is now invalid. You are not the same person you were when this account was created. You are stronger. You are chosen. And nothing formed against you will prosper now. Type Amen to get blessing 300. Let your spirit rise now in awareness. The truth about your name is larger than any secret they buried. And this bank account, long hidden, is only the first of many gates heaven is opening. More is coming. Prepare space in your life for increase. Because this was never about the money, it was about proof. Proof of divine alignment. Proof that you were never forgotten. And now the scroll has turned, your name is revealed, and the hidden doors are opening, one by one. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. More is still unfolding behind the scenes. Even though this message feels complete, the angels are not yet finished. Heaven is still rearranging documents, revealing hearts, and preparing encounters that were delayed for decades just to align with this very season. Your destiny was locked in codes only the spirit realm could decipher. That's why no amount of legal manipulation could fully erase you. Now the lock is open, and what's coming next cannot be stopped, reversed, or rerouted. It must reach you. You will feel this shift in your body first. A lightness in your chest, a strange tingling in your hands, a warmth near your spine. That is not imagination, it is confirmation. Your entire life is recalibrating to finally walk in what was promised. Type Amen to get blessing 4747. There's a forgotten safe deposit box connected to this same hidden bank account. The bank authorities, stunned by the strange matching identifiers, opened it under witness supervision. What they found was not currency, but letters. Sealed, aged, and addressed to your spirit. Those letters include warnings, instructions, and a journal entry from someone who foresaw these exact events decades ago. The handwriting shakes with urgency, saying, "They will come for what is hers, but they will never touch what is ordained." You are stepping into prophecy. Every delay was divine protection. What the enemy saw as a dead end, heaven always intended to use as a dramatic entry point for your rise. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. A man in his 60s with graying hair is reviewing your file now. He has no idea why he feels emotionally stirred. What he doesn't realize is that he knew your family once, briefly, but long enough to remember your name echoing in a hallway when he was a child. That name stayed in his spirit, buried and forgotten. But today, as the file passed across his desk, a flash of memory returned. He's the final gatekeeper, and he will release the authorization without even knowing why he trusts you. God works in mystery. But even more than that, He works in orchestration. Every person in this story, from the dreamer to the bank officer, from the courier to the investigator, is part of a divine script where you are the hidden lead character now being revealed. Type Amen to get blessing 3330. Prepare for one more surprise. A letter will arrive, not in your mailbox, but in the hand of someone you haven't seen in years. They won't say much. They'll simply hand it to you and walk away. Inside the envelope is a copy of a statement. It reads your full name, the date the account was opened, and a note saying, "Held in trust for rightful release upon divine time." There is no doubt left. You are the rightful recipient. This moment is not just personal, it's spiritual warfare coming to an end. What others labored to steal has now been turned against them. What you never chased is now chasing you. Type Amen to get blessing 2002. Archangel Michael says, the door that opens next will be wider than anything you imagined. You will not walk through it alone, divine forces will move ahead of you, prepare the way, and expose the final lies before you even arrive. Do not fear the faces of those who suddenly change toward you. Some will grow distant. Some will grow angry. And some will beg to reconnect. But you must walk in wisdom now, because this new access comes with responsibility. The documents in your name are now too powerful to be handled carelessly. What is within your reach can transform your family line. But not everyone around you is ready for that level of shift. Type Amen to get blessing 979. You are not just being blessed, you are being assigned. Assigned to guard what was returned. Assigned to lead others out of bondage. Assigned to carry this light and never again be buried by shadows. What heaven restores, no man can undo. What God writes, no court can cancel. And what has been hidden, has now been revealed. This was always your moment. This was always your inheritance. Type Amen to get blessing 1717.